Thank you for logging on to the Voice Sports Network for this broadcast of high school sports. We encourage you to go to the games and support your area teams. We know you have a choice, and thank you for choosing us. This broadcast wouldn't be possible without the support of the sponsors you hear throughout the game. We encourage you to visit their businesses and use their service as often as possible. Be sure to tell them thanks for their support. Now, sit back and enjoy the game, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Norwell Lady Night Basketball on WellsCountyVoice.com. This is Greg Van Meter along with Derek Decker. Oh, we've also got Jacob along with us this morning, and we appreciate him helping us out on the camera. We're here for the annual shootout this year at Plymouth High School. Nice little drive up here this morning, Derek.
Sure was.
What time did you leave the house?
I left at 6.
6 a.m. No wonder your name wasn't on the sign-in sheet. You beat the
correct.
You beat the AD here, I'm guessing.
Well, he was here to welcome us in, so I didn't. As he's the only one I didn't beat here.
Yeah. Well, it was a long, wintry drive up to Plymouth this morning. Fortunately, most of the drive on course 69 and then 30 wasn't too bad.
Right.
But the snow has begun again here in Plymouth this morning, and hopefully we'll be here long enough that it'll be cleared off by the time we're ready to go again. But some brutal cold starting to settle in over the rest of the holiday weekend. It's going to make for an interesting time for the folks going to Times Square tomorrow night.
That's very true.
Below zero, obviously projected for here. And we just hope everybody stays safe. And if you're at home or even out watching our broadcast today, we hope you're safe and warm, and we appreciate you joining us. Well, this first game this morning between your Lady Knights and the Plymouth squad, Derek was just talking about the fact that Norwell has not lost in this shootout in now a decade.
That's true. 2007, the last time they lost, and that was to Plymouth, 48-43. Now, the Knights and Pilgrims are typically the best two teams in this shootout. And they've had their battles. I mean, Plymouth, I think maybe Norwell's best win in this shootout in a number of years was in Wawasee a few years ago. Also wintry that day. That was an ice storm going up there. But right, Plymouth had a very good team. Norwell was kind of limping into that shootout and came out and really played well and beat them 62-50. This morning it's a little bit different. Norwell limped into the Warsaw game and through the first half. And, I mean, it's been 8 days now since the Knights have played. Will that affect their shooting? Yeah, it's yet to be seen, and it might be in 10 a.m. The good news is the Lady Knights stayed last night, so they made the trip yesterday afternoon. Didn't have to get up particularly early and make a long drive on the bus this morning. They arrived in the gym about an hour and 15 minutes ahead of time, so they've been shooting, and actually they looked very good in the morning shoot-around. So that's going to be interesting to see, but really trying to continue the momentum that they tried to build against Warsaw, a terrific comeback win. Coach Thornton said it was the biggest deficit he had overcome that he could remember in his 21 years in coaching. That was an 18-point deficit in the third quarter, frankly, against all odds, because Warsaw is a team where you figure you're down 10 points, you're probably not going to come back and win.
Especially on the road.
Especially on the road, and you really don't have anything going your way. But we're able to pull out a victory. They just did a lot of things really well in that fourth quarter, not only shooting it from the field, but got a lot more aggressive, strung together some stops, and came away with their most complete win of the year.
Well, and I think this will be a real telling game. We've talked a lot this season about this squad needing really a statement win from a confidence standpoint. I hope for the squad and Coach Thornton that was the win, and it certainly could be. It'll be interesting to see how they respond this morning after the holidays and the long layoff and so forth. Everybody's coming off a long layoff relatively now with Christmas being on Monday. But I'm anxious to see how the girls come out and play. Now, they are missing a big piece this morning. Brianne Barger, normally a starter and a big part of their rebounding effort, is in, did you say Jamaica?
That's correct.
On a mission trip. Boys, players on that trip as well. But they'll be missing 3 games. Is that right? No, just this?
Yep.
Just these 2?
Just these 2.
Okay, so.
I take that back. Actually, I think you're right. I think she'll miss Carol as well.
I was thinking there was a third game there that,
Forgot about
that she would miss. But so Maya Shelton will be starting for in her place today. And Maya coming off a really solid game, I thought, at Warsaw.
Yeah, she is. And it's been interesting. She's been used in the JV contest the last couple of games
just to get her some playing time.
Right,
yeah.
Just to get her some playing time. Had a much better performance against Dwenger than she did at Warsaw. But she really can take over in a JV contest, and that translates into varsity in that it just gets her a lot of experience taking. She can try a bunch of new things in JV that you normally can't do in a varsity type of pace. So it gives her the opportunity to do that, and I think it's been very beneficial to her play here over the last couple of games.
Yeah, the other player that really stood out to me, and we talked about her in the post-game show at Warsaw, was Aubrey Dunnick. She was really very quiet. The first, in fact, didn't even come out to start the second half for Coach Thornton at Warsaw. But, boy, that fourth quarter, that's as well as I've ever seen her play.
Yeah, and she really just kind of took over that entire game. She got to the rim. She made some free throws. And really, to me, not only were the assists and the baskets, but she pulled down a couple monumental rebounds, especially on the offensive end. So, really, she just was a huge piece. What a team win that was. Brielle Wilson turned it on in the second half as well. Once they saw a couple shots go down, because before that they had basically played 10 quarters in a row not shooting it well from the floor at all.
Yep.
In the high 20% range, actually, and that's about as bad as you're going to see these kids shoot. After that, they got a couple going, and then I thought really forced Warsaw into something that they were not comfortable doing, and they really looked flustered, which really surprised me. I thought maybe, and that might be a little bit attributed to new head coach Lenny Krebs in his first year. Sometimes when you're a first-year head coach, you can let games like that get away a little bit, whereas if you have a little bit of experience, you might be able to save that lead. But Norwell forced them in to do that, and then they were very efficient in the last couple of quarters on offense and empowered them to a 4-point victory.
Yeah, and speaking of head coaches, the head coach at Plymouth, a longtime head coach at Plymouth and a Norwell graduate, I remember watching him play, Derek, back in the day. Dave Duncan. I'm not sure how long he's been here now.
This is his 6th year now.
6th year at Plymouth, and doing a great job with this program.
Yeah, he is.
I mean,
he's had some real good teams up here.
He really has. They won a state championship back in, I'm not sure what year that is. I can't see the year on the, but they were also runner-up in that particular area. It might have been 02.
2008.
2008.
Yep.
Okay. So that would have been a little bit before Dave's time, but Dave, of course, does a great job with these girls, and it's always a battle between Norwell and the program, and they'll be tough to beat up here on their own floor, though their crowd has started to fill in a little bit. Late arriving crowd.
Yes, very. But I think Dave Duncan brings a lot of Norwell type of ideals to this program. And what I mean by that is it's really a gritty team. They're hard-nosed, defensive-minded. They're very fundamentally sound, and they do a lot of good things. And that's what keeps them in a lot of ball games. They're 6-6 this year. They've been kind of up and down. The one common opponent between Norwell and Plymouth is Northwood. That was Plymouth's last game. They haven't played in 2 weeks, 14 days between games. And they lost that game to Northwood 39-32. Sometimes the Black Swish will do that to you. They'll slow the game way down. And Plymouth is comfortable doing that. They average just 40 points a game on offense. This is a team that really can shoot it from the three-point line. They average almost 40% as a team. But what they're going to do is they've got 2 shooters, and we'll touch on them as the game goes on. They're going to set screens all day for them. Both of their bigs are going to run 2 bigs. And I know this because we ran it in the scrimmage squad this week, but they're going to run screens out for both of those shooters. The point guard can pull it as well, but the 2 bigs are there only as role players. They're not going to take shots. The only time they'll take shots is if it's on a rebound, and they're there for a layup. So we're just about set for the starting lineups. The computer picking Norwell in this game 50-43 in a tight contest on the road. Of course, Plymouth of the NLC, the Northern Lakes Conference, that's a very difficult conference to play in. So, they're playing good teams night in and night out.
Welcome to the Rock, home of the Plymouth Pilgrims.
Well, I'm sure that the national anthem is going to be recorded this morning. So why don't we go ahead and take a break, Derek, and be back with the starting lineups. Oh, nope, they're going to do the lineups first.
I don't think Norwell was expecting it either.
Yeah, they weren't. And they're going to announce all the girls, which is kind of nice. So we'll go ahead and turn it over to the PA announcer.
Here's the starting combination for your Knights at guard. Number 10, Brielle Wilson. At forward, number 12, Aubrey Dunnick. At forward, number 22, Maya Shelton. At guard, number 24, Kaylee Billing. And at forward, number 44, Logan Rowles. Norwell is coached by Eric Thornton. They enter today's game with a record of 8-4. Here is the lineup for your Plymouth Pilgrims. Injured and unable to play, Casey Peters. Available for substitution, number 10, Claire Tanner. Number 12, Mary Kate Glenn. Number 14, Courtney Cook. Number 20, Kelsey Owen. Number 30, Kristen Davidson. Number 32, C. Robinson. Number 34, Elena Clady. And number 42, Cindy Weir. Here's the starting combination for your Pilgrims. At forward, she's a junior, number 11, Cassidy Holiday. At guard, she's a junior, number 21, Haley Reichard. At guard, she's a senior, number 22, Jenna Nightbong. At guard, she's a senior, number 24, Allie Andrews. And at forward, she's a senior, number 25, Kenzie Whistle. Assistant Coach Dan Dewar, head coach.
We will recap those starting lineups after these words from our sponsors.
A new adventure awaits. Above the clouds, beneath the waves, among the rocks, powered by the light around us, each moment of time is precious. Go higher, deeper, further. Pursue your dreams. Powered by light, any light never needs a battery. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
The kid in grade school who paints her face blue and white before every home game.
It's the accountants and salesmen who give up their Friday evenings to referee.
It's the cashier at the corner convenience store who wears school colors on every game day.
What makes high school sports here in Indiana so special? They do. You do.
We all do.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Reed's Do It Best Hardware and Gift Shop is so much more than a hardware store. They have a newly expanded housewares department. They carry Melissa and Doug toys, Yankee candles, and Willow Tree collectibles. Think of Reed's Gift Shop year-round for baby gifts, birthday, anniversary, showers, and for those everyday items you need to pick up. Men, you can get your hardware supplies and a gift for the woman in your life all in one stop. Reed's Do It Best Hardware and Gift Shop, open 7 days a week on Highway 1 North in Bluffton. We appreciate your business.
Welcome back to the Rock here in Plymouth. The Plymouth shootout about to get underway. The Lady Knights come in at 8-4. Plymouth at 6-6. And Greg, go ahead and recap the starters.
Those starters for your Norwell Lady Knights, the visitors on the scoreboard. It's Brielle Wilson, Aubrey Dunnick, Maya Shelton, Kylie Filling, and Logan Rowles for head coach Eric Thornton. For the Lady Pilgrims, it's Cassidy Holiday, Holly Reichard, Jenna Nifong, Allie Andrews, and Kinsey Kissel for head coach Dave Duncan. It's Kissel jumping against Dunnick, and the tip controlled and put in by Allie Andrews. And Derek, we watched her warm up. She did not miss many shots for the Lady Pilgrims in warm-ups today.
Yeah, she likes to drive it as well, and that was talked about in the scrimmage too, as Dunnick missed the shot boarded by Elena Clady.
Well, that shot was well contested, as Pilgrims with the early 2-0 lead have the basketball. It's taken away, and Brielle Wilson ties it up. Good aggressive defense by the Lady Knights to start things off here. They're in their man-to-man. Wilson guarding Reichert up top. Andrews on the drive again, misses this one, but the rebound pulled away by Kissel. Pilgrims will set their offense again. Andrews being guarded by Filling. Filling got one of the tougher defensive assignments at Warsaw as well. On the drive is Reichert. Good defense by Wilson. It creates the turnover, 3-on-1, and Filling loses the basketball, gets it ahead to Rowles. She lost the basketball, but it'll remain the Lady Knights ball underneath their own basket. It can be tough when you're playing first thing in the morning. Your hands just do not feel like they would in an evening game after you've been up for a while. It can certainly turn into some turnovers, and there's one for the Knights as Nifong steps into the passing lane. She's being guarded by Shelton. Andrews.
Yeah, both teams just a little bit slow here to start the contest.
Kind of to be expected, as you mentioned, Derek. The Pilgrims not playing in 2 weeks, Norwell in 8 days. Nice drive there by Reichert, but the rebound controlled by Dunnick. She'll leave it for Wilson. And it's 2-2 with 6:12 left here in this first quarter. A little motion offense going on up top for the Knights. Wilson inside. Riles able to control the loose ball. Filling was trying to get it inside to Dunnick, and that was a very tough angle on that pass. It was well defended by the Pilgrims. That'll be another turnover on the Knights.
Second for Norwell here in the early going, 2 for each team now. Hopefully we'll have some accurate statistics today, as the iPad doing a lot of the work.
Yeah, you gotta love that. Although my iPad skills leave a lot to be desired, that's for sure. There's just too many buttons to push. Shelton playing good defense up top, and Nifong handling the ball quite a bit for not good defense by Dunnick. She did a great job of collapsing back into the passing lane. However, the loose ball picked up and converted by Holiday. Boy, good ball movement for the Knights. There's Shelton from beyond the arc. Good assist to Logan Rowles. Good find by Logan on the run. Knights take an early 5-4 lead. And there's not enough people here to drown out the noise of the players communicating with each other. I can actually hear them through my headset. There's the angle pass inside. That looks a lot like Norwell's offense, as Nifong couldn't get the three to go. Wilson loses it out of bounds.
Be the third Norwell turnover, as it was a nice rebound that time, a good box out underneath, but just couldn't control it enough to get a chance in the half court.
That ball went out of bounds right beside Coach Thornton, and he had kind of an incredulous look on his face.
No fouls through over 3 minutes here, as it's just been a quick contest.
Yeah, it really has.
In the last couple of days, we've been treated to that over at the Huntington Holiday Hoops Tournament. Not a lot of fouls called in any of those games. Sometimes you get that in a tournament setting. Nice pass.
Yeah, backdoor pass to Holiday. Holiday with her second basket gives the Pilgrims the lead. Plymouth playing a little full court defense, as Dunnick's going to travel on that drive. Is that 4 turnovers now?
That is number 4 on the Lady Knights. They're shooting pretty well, 2 of 3 from the field. But more turnovers than shot attempts. That's not a statistic you want to have, ever.
And I noticed Coach Thornton does not have much of a bench at all today. Just 8 players dressed, which, that's going to be an offensive foul. Excellent position underneath there by Aubrey Dunnick, and Andrews picks up the first foul of the game. Andrews listed at 5'7". She's a senior. 5 seniors on this Pilgrim squad. A couple of subs in now. That's looks like 14, Courtney Cook, and number 10, Claire Tanner.
Also, Cece Robinson into the game for the Pilgrims.
She's number 32. Knights not having too much trouble with the pressure. Good
Nice
shot
board.
there by Wilson, but couldn't get it to go.
Oh.
Dunnick's pass through the hands of Filling. Now, it looked to me there, Derek, like she might have just taken her eye off that pass.
Yeah, I think she was getting ready to spot up for a shot, and it kind of went through her hands.
Pilgrims up 6-5 here with 4:21 left in the first quarter.
Pretty sloppy start for both teams.
Tanner handling the basketball up top. A little unusual when you replace your point guard like that. As that passes off Dunnick's hands, it'll remain Plymouth's basketball. Lady Knights will play a second game here today. That will not be until 6 o'clock this evening, so it's going to be a long day. Most likely not pulling back into Wells County area by until probably close to 10 o'clock. There's a long three, not close, by Tanner, but the rebound was pulled down by Cook. Oh, my goodness. Andrews from the volleyball line, about 3 feet short of the rim.
That was about as deep of a three as you're going to ever see.
In the girls' game, it certainly is. And she wasn't particularly close. Oh, Dunnick might have got away with the travel there.
Yeah, she did.
Wilson into the front court looking for help, finds Filling. Filling, good move to get into the lane. The floater, no good. Rebound controlled by Holiday for Plymouth. Andrews will bring it up. Wide open for three was Cook, but she decided not to take that shot. And you mentioned that before the game, Derek, that really Andrews is their main one other shooter, I guess, from out there. Good move along the baseline. Doesn't go, and the rebound controlled by Dunnick. That was Tanner on the drive.
Norwell's done a good job on the defensive boards. Not a lot of second opportunities for Plymouth. They've just got to find a way to score on the other end.
Yeah, they really have. That's Wilson. Now Dunnick. Dunnick playing quite a ways from the basket here in this set. Shelton into the lane, gets open and gets it to go. Good shooter's roll there for Maya Shelton. She's got 5, and the Knights retake the lead at 7-6. Under 3 minutes now left in this first quarter. Andrews, nice defense there by Aubrey Dunnick. Just did a great job anticipating that pass. And Wilson will... Well, that was an interesting call. As Wilson picks up the Knights' first foul.
We've talked about that several times, that sometimes high school officials wait to call that one.
Well, I think he actually called that one early.
Yeah, I agree.
Kylie Top into the game for the Knights' first substitution. Brielle Wilson takes a seat. Kylie, also, I like Kylie coming off the bench. She brings some energy to the floor.
Agreed. Bales into the game as well for the first time. That's
going to be a carry on
well, now it's
Courtney
called
Cook.
a travel.
Carry, travel.
Whatever
you call it, it's a turnover.
Yep.
How many is that on the
that is
Pilgrims now?
5 on the Lady Pilgrims. Back into the game for Plymouth is Jenna Nifong, as Courtney Cook's going to take a seat.
Plymouth not real big, but they're consistent.
Nice.
Great move by Logan Rouse. She faked the pass to Top, and Allie Andrews bit on that fake pass. Really opened up the lane for Logan. The Knights now up by 3.
Yeah, if you're Plymouth, you got to know that, because Rouse is not going to miss anything close to the rim.
Filling creating that turnover. Nice move by Bales, and blocking foul is going to be called. I believe that'll be on Holiday.
Yep.
Re-entering for Plymouth after the free throw will be Claire Tanner. Bales going to the line. The first free throws of the game for either squad. It's just a third foul called with 1:45 left in the first quarter. Bales is a good free throw shooter overall. Back into the game for Plymouth, Kinsey Kissel along with Tanner. Kissel a senior, Tanner just a sophomore. And Bales knocks down both free throws to give the Knights a 5-point lead. They've gone to the 1-3-1 trap now with Top up top.
Yeah, and I'm surprised at that. Coach Thornton, I've talked to him earlier this week. He didn't expect to run this a lot, so we'll see how long they stay in it. But Plymouth hasn't shot it well early on, so that's why you can get away with that right now until they prove they can make the outside shot.
Plymouth was working hard on their offense against this particular defense in their warm-up session. A lot of cross-court passing. Where you really beat this, though, is the angle pass to the baseline.
Yep.
That pass was almost picked off. Great defense by Top, anticipating the pass, and she'll try to take it to the rim. It'll be knocked away and remain Norwell's ball. Shelton will check back in for the Knights, and Filling will take a seat. Also back in for Plymouth, Allie Andrews. Cook, Nifong, Andrews, Kissel, and Davidson, who's not seen the floor yet. All actually, I don't think she's available today, as Riles just not able to get that shot up. In the corner for three, no good. That was Nifong. Dunnick will take it to the rim on the other end. Can't get it to go, but Riles there for the layup. She can't get it to go. It's corralled by Nifong, and the Pilgrims will head the other way. Boy, a couple good looks there for the Knights. Oh, what a block by Aubrey Dunnick as she got back on defense and swatted Kenzie Kissel's layup attempt. Kissel listed at 5'10", or Aubrey's listed at 5'8", and Aubrey well above her to block that shot. Boy, can she get off her feet.
We've seen a couple of those monster blocks this year.
She is just extremely athletic, very strong legs. The Knights back in their man-to-man defense now.
They may look for one shot here with
seconds.
18. Yep.
15 now on the clock. That's Top. Good little stop jump shot there from Riker. Didn't go, and the Knights will have a chance at another possession here. Dunnick into the lane. The jumper, no good. And a late foul is going to be called. Aubrey Dunnick will get to go to the line for two shots. Not a lot of contact on that particular play.
No, there wasn't, but if Dunnick is either able to draw the foul or start to make that shot consistently, that's the way to avoid the offensive foul, because sometimes she goes in there too much and
too deep.
Yeah.
Able to knock down the first free throw. That foul was called on Kissel, the fifth team foul on the Pilgrims. And back into the game for Plymouth.
It's Cassidy Holiday.
Okay. Dunnick good on both free throws. So the Lady Knights 4 for 4 from the line. They've got a 7-point lead with 2.4 on the clock. The long, boy, good arm. But it's picked off by Dunnick. She will dribble it out, and that'll end the first quarter here at Plymouth. Your Lady Knights leading the Lady Pilgrims 13-6. We'll be right back after these words from our sponsors.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look, but old-fashioned integrity.
Welcome back to the Rock here in Plymouth. Plymouth shootout game number 1. Norwell leads Plymouth 13-6 after the first quarter of play. The Lady Knights in the quarter on an extended 8-0 run. And a couple of free throws there. Nice jump stop by Dunnick to finish the quarter. And the Knights finishing at the line. That's been a point of concern all season long, but 4 of 4 in that first quarter has a 7-point lead for Norwell.
A total of 4 fouls called in that first quarter, all by the same referee.
That's true.
3 on the Pilgrims, 1 on the Knights.
2 or 3 of them were without a lot of contact.
Yes. Yes, you're right. And Plymouth now has gone to a trapping zone defense, and Kissel created the turnover. Andrews will travel with the basketball.
9th turnover for Plymouth now. Although the Knights not much better with 7.
Is that right? They got 7 already. Well, I knew they turned it over a few times. Wilson back in the game will bring it across the line. Original starters all back in there with Wilson filling Dunnick, Rouse, and Shelton. Shelton starting today in place of Brianne Barger, who's on a mission trip. There's Filling for 3. Good. Boy, excellent catch and shoot there for Kaylee Filling. And the Knights lead now up to double digits early in this second quarter. Boy, that was a good-looking shot by Filling. Kissel almost throws it away. In fact, she does. Filling comes up with it. She'll head the other way, being trailed by Shelton. Good spin into the lane. Excellent move by Kaylee Filling. And Coach Duncan is going to use a 30-second timeout here with the Knights now up by 12. 7:04 left in the second quarter. We'll let you know that known for their quality academic options and dedicated professors. I happen to know a little bit about that, actually.
Yeah.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll discover the perfect program to fit your interests and goals. See for yourself what USF has to offer. Visit online at sf.edu. Of course, my daughter Carly, in her junior year there at SFU, now back-to-back national champions in football.
Now Norwell has really pulled away here in the second quarter. It's now 12, not even a minute in to the second quarter, but it's 18-6, and the Lady Knights have taken firm control of this contest, as a lot of that has been the result of 10 Plymouth turnovers.
Yeah, and it's mostly come, if not all of it, from Norwell's tight man-to-man defense. They've only used that 1-3-1 a couple of times down the floor. Oh, good play and move there by Kersey Holiday. Couldn't get it to go, and Filling's going to be fouled on the other end. Reichard will pick that one up.
Pilgrim foul number 21. Haley Reichard.
That's the fourth team foul on the Pilgrims.
Team sport.
Filling will inbound for the Lady Knights. And she's having a tough time finding somebody. Finally, Rouse way beyond the three-point line. Wilson now. Boy, Filling could have stepped up for a 3 there. Didn't see the opportunity. And Shelton's going to be fouled on the drive.
No shot, though. It's on Kissel, though. That's number 2.
She's the first player with 2 fouls. She was the starter for Coach Duncan. Wilson inbounding for the Lady Knights. Here's the little pop pass inside to Dunnick, and she hits the jumper. I'll tell you what, if she can hit that shot on a consistent basis, that just gives the Knights a whole new dimension to their offense.
Yeah, it sure does.
Andrews being guarded by Filling. Oh, nice backdoor cut there for Andrews. She can't get it to go, but able to, the ball knocked out of bounds. That'll go to Norwell. Andrews tripped, and Nifong could not get to it before it slipped out of bounds. Checking in for the Pilgrims will be Cook, Tanner, and CeCe Robinson. Also in Kelsey Owen for the first time, along with Kristen Davidson. So a new 5 out there for Coach Duncan. Obviously, he is not pleased with what he's seeing out of his Lady Pilgrims right now.
No.
He's going to give some new girls a try here.
Well, it's 20-6, and the Pilgrims have not scored in a long time. Big-time scoring drought. They have had a couple nice looks as Shelton pops the 3 and hits it.
Maya Shelton has not missed a shot yet. She's got 7, and the Knights lead by 17. Now they've gone to that trap with Shelton up top. In the corner, that was Robinson. Davidson, the last senior to get in for the Pilgrims, just had a touch. On the drive, that's going to be a blocking foul, I believe, called on Aubrey Dunnick. It was Tanner on the drive, and I thought Dunnick had pretty good position there.
Yeah, I thought the outside official took an extra hop, like he was going to call an offensive foul, but didn't.
Yeah, he gave gave way to the underneath official.
Yep.
And Tanner will go to the line to shoot a pair. Yeah, the Pilgrims have not scored in a long time. They finally get on the board with that free throw. Cut Norwell's lead to 16. Norwell was a 7-point favorite coming into this one. And Tanner knocks down the first 2 free throws for Plymouth. There has not been a missed free throw yet. Wilson into the front court. Knights being very patient in their offense. They've gotten a lot of really good shots, shooting a high percentage for that reason. Shelton tried to get into the lane. It was batted away by Tanner. That's another turnover on the Knights. Boy, good hustle, though, by Shelton to get back on defense to cover up Tanner. Tanner with the basketball up top. It's she and Cook handling the guard duties right now. Davidson being guarded by Rouse. That's a size mismatch for the Knights, and they create another turnover. Wilson's going to be fouled on the floor.
No. He's calling a travel back here. There's no way that's a travel.
Well, it's got to be a foul.
Yeah, see, they're having a disagreement right now, I think, because that's a horrible call.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And, well, an interesting interpretation of the rules of basketball there. With 4:43, the Knights lead by 15. It's another turnover on the Knights.
That
gentleman, back to their man-to-man. Bales is in the game again now for Norwell.
Yeah, they actually checked in a couple of kids, Kylie Top and Haley Henschen, which in that situation for Norwell today, it's clearing the bench with entering with just 3 subs.
Yeah, Haley wearing number 40. And that is a long 3 attempt from Tanner that goes. That's the first 3 successfully shot by the Pilgrims, and this time they're going to call foul on Courtney Cook. No travel on the play.
Number 14, Courtney Cook, her first team 6th.
Next one will put the Knights in the bonus. Norwell's done a real nice job staying out of foul trouble, and that could be key today if, by chance, they get into foul trouble. They're going to have difficulty with just 8 players available.
Kylie Topp's in there as well for the Knights.
Oh, he's going to call 3 seconds, so...
yeah, I think Henschen got trapped in there.
Yep. And that's kind of a occurring problem for her, as she does that a lot in JV, and I think gets away with it.
Well, she's just a freshman. So.
Right. Well, and you got to remember that the JV team is comprised of all freshmen.
Yep. 1 sophomore and
1 junior who has been out for a lot of the year.
Look at the Knights just swarming on defense. That's going to be another foul on the Pilgrims, and it'll put Norwell at the line to shoot a 1 in bonus. The foul called on Claire Tanner. That's her first.
Haley Jones to the line for the 1-and-1.
That's Clady, Elena Clady checking in for Coach Duncan. She's a 6-foot sophomore.
Seeing her first minutes,
on the roster.
Oh, that's way off.
However, Logan Rouse throws it away. She got the rebound, and then Tanner stepped into the passing lane. Up ahead with the 3 is Kristen Davidson. And the Knights lead down to 9. We're here with 3.5 minutes left in the half. The Knights have had a couple of tough calls go against them. Rouse just got away with double dribble. And
there's been some really interesting calls in this game so far.
Norwell foul, number 24, Kaylee Stelling, her first.
I don't really know what to say about that one.
No, you really don't know what to say. Is Dunnick, Wilson, and Shelton all check back in?
Yeah, we've got to have Filling's going to stay on the floor because we only have 4. That's
Filling stays out there, yeah. So it's Filling, Shelton, Wilson, Dunnick, and Bales. The Knights in there 1-3-1. Oh, Shelton almost got a hand on that. Good pass underneath Davidson, partially blocked by Dunnick, and Dunnick pulls down the rebound as well. Boy, she just plays so hard.
She does. Plays with a lot of intensity. But 7 straight points, and the Knights have not, actually 8 straight points for Plymouth, and the Knights haven't scored in a while. They look a little bit flustered on offense. They've got to get something going here. A couple consecutive turnovers as well, and there's another one.
Yeah. That was just kind of a sloppy pass. On the drive, a foul's going to be called. The shot goes in for Tanner. And we'll see who they call the foul on. I think it's going to go on Bales. It is. It's her first. Team's fourth, and Logan Rouse is going to check back in as Filling takes his seat. Tanner, with this free throw, can pull the Pilgrims back to within 6 points.
It's been a game of runs so far, and
yeah, it really
it's
has.
11 in a row for Plymouth after Norwell had gotten 18 in a row.
Well, and Coach Duncan does not have any of his starters out there right now.
Right.
So his bench doing a good job of hitting shots and staying in this game. The Knights were on the verge of blowing it out. Bales up top. And, really, it's the defense of Plymouth that has changed with the substitutions. Bales off, but the rebound controlled by Dunnick. Dunnick looking for help, lost her dribble. Now Bales will reset for the Knights with 2 minutes left. Wilson leaves it for Rouse. Rouse in the corner. That's Bales for 3. Good. Lauren Bales, one of the Knights' better three-point shooter, and just a freshman. In fact, the freshmen have hit all the threes, I believe, for the Knights so far. Shelton with a couple, and Bales now with 1.
Norwell shooting 56% from the floor and 4 for 5 from distance.
That's pretty significant. The Knights up by 9 right now. Under 2 minutes left. And the trap back on. That's a dangerous pass picked off by Wilson. She's got a 2-on-1 break ahead to Shelton, and nice play. Excellent timing on that pass by the senior. Makes it an 11-point Norwell lead. Shelton really working hard at the top of that zone. And that's going to be a travel called on Kelsey Owen. I think that might have been the first time she touched the basketball this morning. We are in the first game of the Plymouth shootout today. Checking back in for Plymouth is Holiday and Reichard, 2 of the starters. 1:18 left on the clock. Riel will bring it across the timeline. Bales, Rouse, trying to turn the corner. Tried to get it to Dunnick underneath, and it got through to Bales, and a foul's going to be called. Well, Plymouth's defensive intensity has certainly picked up with the substitutions that Coach Duncan made. At that time, a little too aggressive. Kristen Davidson picks up her first foul. The Knights still on the 1-1 at this point. They've only committed 4 team fouls. After hitting their first 4 free throws, the Knights have missed 2 in a row, both front ends. Well, you just hate to see that. There's another turnover on the Lady Pilgrims as Holiday just kind of had her feet go out from under her. Inside a minute, Shelton will try to drive. She's bumped, and she'll go to the line. Foul will go on Cassidy Holiday. That's her second. So now I believe the Pilgrims with 2 players with 2 fouls.
Shelton, a good free throw shooter as well.
And she breaks the jinx as nothing but net on that free throw. Back into the game for Plymouth, Sydney Weir, Weir, W-E-I-R. It's one of those pronunciations. As Henshin back on the floor for the Lady Knights, Dunnick will take a seat. So 4 freshmen on the floor right now for the Lady Knights with Henshin, 3. Henshin, Bales, and Shelton Fillings on the bench right now. 36 seconds left. The high post. Oh, good move inside, but Holiday couldn't get it to go. The Knights get it back with 27 seconds left. Bales into the front court. Of course, Lauren's brother is a significant player for the Knights several years ago. And the Lady Knights turn it over again. Good pass up ahead. That's Courtney Cook with the 2. 4 seconds. Wilson up top, the long 3. Almost went in from just shy of half court. The Knights will take a 10-point lead into the locker room here at Plymouth this morning. They're up 29-19. We'll take a break and be back with your halftime show after these words.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days. To apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com.
Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice in Northern Indiana. Are you suffering from chronic pain? Maybe you just had a knee replacement, or are an athlete injured during a recent game, or just someone who tweaked your back perfecting your golf swing. Choose IPT for your physical therapy. IPT is a cost-effective therapy provider who accepts all insurance plans. We offer the highest credentialed and most reputable staff in the area. We're open 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and can schedule you the same day you call. You can find any of our 17 Indiana Physical Therapy locations near you and know that we will assist you in getting you back to work, play, and life. Contact IPT or your physician to start your therapy today. Celebrating 29 years in business, Indiana Physical Therapy is your choice for physical therapy. Call 260-209-2464 or visit indianapt.com.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Get the $6.99 any deal at your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton.
First Bank of Bern, we believe free should mean free. Not kind of free. Completely free. That's exactly what our free and easy checking account is. Free of fees, free of hassles, free of catches. You also get a free Visa check card, free online banking, free mobile banking, free telephone banking, free text and email alerts, and free e-statements. You get all this when you sign up for free and easy checking from First Bank of Bern. It's that simple. First Bank of Bern. Member FDIC.
Yeah, welcome back to The Rock here in Plymouth. Plymouth shootout game number 1. Norwell leading the host Lady Pilgrims at halftime 29-19. We'll go ahead and run through the halftime statistics, and we'll start with the Lady Knights. Individually, Brielle Wilson has 2 points to go along with 3 assists on 1 of 3 shooting. Aubrey Dunnick 4 points and 6 boards on 1 of 3 shooting, 2 of 3 from the line. It's Maya Shelton leading the way with 11. She's got double figures, 11 points and 1 rebound, 4 of 4 shooting from the field and 1 of 2 from the line. Kaylee Filling chipped in 5 on 2 of 3 shooting. Lauren Bales 5 points and a rebound on 1 of 2 shooting, 2 of 2 from the line. And Logan Rouse just 2 points and assists, 4 rebounds on 1 of 3 shooting. As a team, Norwell shot it 56%, 10 of 18. and 4 of 6 from the three-point line for 67%. One of those misses came at the buzzer by Brielle Wilson.
And it almost dropped.
It almost did. It banked in and out, and then out again. 5 of 8 from the line for 63%. The concern being 2 of those were front ends of 1-1s. And 12 rebounds to Plymouth's 8. So they're doing a nice job on the boards. Another concern, 14 turnovers in that first half have resulted in a lot of Plymouth points, especially towards the end of the half. For the Lady Pilgrims, individually, it was Claire Tanner with 8 points on 2 of 4 shooting, 3 of 3 from the line. Cassidy Holiday, 4 points on 2 of 4 shooting and 2 rebounds as well. Courtney Cook, 2 points, 2 boards on 1 of 1 from the field. It was number 21, Haley Reichard, with an assist and a rebound, 0 of 2 from the field. Jenna Nifong had a rebound with her time in there. She wasn't in all that long, though. She came out, and the turning point for Plymouth to get back in it is when he took all 5 starters out. Dave Duncan making a mass substitution, and it completely changed the game. Allie Andrews, 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting. Kenzie Kissel with a rebound, 0 of 1 from the field. Kelsey Owen, 3 points on 1 of 2 shooting. Take that back. That's actually Christine Davidson with 3 points. Cece Robinson had a rebound while she was in there, and that wraps up the individual statistic for Plymouth. As a team, they shot at 7 of 20 from the field for 35%, and 2 of 6 from the three-point line for 33%. That is not Plymouth's MO. That they would, if they get a chance to in the second half, they'll take a lot more shots from the three-point line. That's where they like to set up around the perimeter, but Norwell's defense has been very good. Haven't allowed them to get into any kind of flow on offense at times due to the trap, but mostly due to the sticky man-to-man, creating a lot of turnovers, and that's where a lot of Norwell's points have come from. 8 rebounds for the Lady Pilgrims, and they turned it over 15 times as well.
One of the most encouraging things for me, Derek, in that first half for the Lady Knights is the fact that Logan Rouse is not much of an offensive factor, and you know that she's going to play a big role for this one is over. I think she got a lot of the defensive attention from the Lady Pilgrims in the first half, and I'm guessing that Coach Thornton's going to find a way her to get a few more touches in good spots here in this second half, which just kind of diversifies the Knights' offensive look, and I think could really help them in that second half. They've got a 10-point lead here at halftime at Plymouth. The weather not getting any better out there, Derek. As I went downstairs looking out, it's snowing pretty good.
Yeah, I can see it's starting to pile up on the tops of the cars as well.
Good thing I brought my scraper.
Me too.
My long-handled scraper.
Oh, yeah.
Had to use that quite a bit last night, actually.
Yeah.
As a couple of inches fell in the Wells County area. And it has been a relatively early start to winter after a beautiful fall and a beautiful early winter. And, of course, with all the New Year's celebrations tomorrow and tomorrow evening and so forth, we just hope everybody stays safe out there. I know talked about the fact that in Fort Wayne, free rides being offered by the Fort Wayne Police Department. That even beats an Uber rate. If you're not familiar with Uber, of course, if you're online watching us, you're probably familiar with Uber.
Probably.
Most folks would be, I would think. It's 29-19 here at halftime. About a minute and a half left before we get back to action. You want to run a couple more spots there?
Let's do it.
We'll hear from a couple more of our very valuable sponsors and be back with second half action here at Plymouth after these words.
At Bluffton Family Eye Care, our optometrists provide more than routine family eye care. Doctors Mitchell, Miller, and Fry are also specially trained to provide advanced treatment for eye infections, dry eyes, eye allergies, foreign body removal, and eye injuries. There are many treatments available for these eye health issues, and a treatment plan will be recommended based on your specific needs. To ensure healthy eyes and your best possible vision, our optometrists combine experience and expertise with the latest technology. They provide the expert care, advice, and the follow-up you need to look and feel your best.
To look and feel your best, visit Drs. Mitchell, Miller, and Fry at Bluffton Family Eye Care, 105 West Harvest Road in Bluffton. Call 824-3424. That's 824-3424 or online at BlufftonFamilyEyeCare.com.
And welcome back to the Rock here in Plymouth. Plymouth shootout game number 1. Norwell leading the Lady Pilgrims 29-19 here at the break. We get set for third quarter action, and to start the third quarter, it will be Plymouth with the basketball. They'll be going away from us here in the corner. It's kind of a similar setup to what we have at Norwell in the fact as far as our camera angle and everything, but a very nice facility here at Plymouth. We're on stools here in the corner with a nice table. Good internet connection. Should have a good signal for you today for both of our games. Not only this one, but for the 6 o'clock Wawasee game as well.
Andrews with the basketball. She didn't play a whole lot in that first half after Duncan got kind of disgusted with his starters. That was Reichard on the miss. And the original starters for Plymouth on the floor: Holiday, Reichard, Nifong, Andrews, and Kissel for the Knights as well. It's Shelton, Dunnick, Rouse, Filling, and Wilson who's got the basketball. I got a feeling the Pilgrims might turn up their defensive intensity a little bit here in the second half. Rouse it's off the fingertips of the defender. It'll remain Norwell's basketball, and both teams thought it was Plymouth basketball there, so the Knights might have gotten a break.
Yeah, I think it just kind of slipped out of the hands of Rouse, and the Knights didn't expect to be getting another chance, but they do.
Good pass inside from Rouse with the assist to Dunnick. Dunnick absorbed a little contact there, and the Knights score first here in the second half. They're up by 12. That's Andrews, who seems to have a bit more pep in her step here in the second half than she did in the first. That's Nifong with the basketball, almost picked off by Wilson. Norwell getting after it in their man-to-man defense. Oh, Andrews from way outside. That's the second really long three she's taken. This one at least hit the rim. Shelton there for the rebound. Good kick out from Rouse to Filling, no good. And Andrews will head the other way from the Lady Pilgrims.
Good look, though, for Norwell as Rouse drove baseline and found a wide-open Filling. More times than not, she's going to make that shot.
Yeah, she's made that same move a couple of times, Rouse has. Andrews being guarded by Filling. Filling, for a freshman, picking up a lot of tough defensive assignments and a very slight contact on the outside will result in a foul called on Kylie Filling. That'll be her second. Kaylee Filling, excuse me. Kaylee Filling, Kylie Top. I always get those backwards. Bales is going to check in for the Lady Knights, and Filling will take a seat. Andrews trying to get into the lane, being guarded by Bales on the spin. That's going to be a foul on Dunnick, I think.
No, it's on Bales, I think. As she
yep, good call, Derek.
Reached right across the arm.
That's Lauren's second foul, and it'll send Andrews to the line to shoot 2.
Andrews has now 3 points on the contest, and you noted it. She came out when Dave Duncan made the big-time substitution and didn't come in for a while again.
Well, Long on the second free throw. She's got a good-looking shot. As we mentioned, she looked very good in warm-ups. Shelton leaves it for Bales. Pilgrims in a 2-3 zone, but they're picking up pretty tight. Nice pass inside again to Dunnick. Dunnick's fouled. Rouse again with the assist. Logan really facilitating today.
Yeah, so now she's not being the scorer, but she's still the catalyst of the offense. She's still playing a big role in this game, even though it's not the scoring column.
That's the second foul on Reichard. And Dunnick can't get the free throw to go, but the Knights lead back up to 13. I think they led by as much as, 16 in the
17.
17?
23-6.
Plymouth making a game of it again. Boy, you're right. The bigs do not look to score at all on the outside. That was Kissel, who was wide open and didn't take the shot on the drive, though. Haley Reichard.
Yeah, and she'll do that, and Coach Thornton talked about her. She really likes to drive baseline about 70% of the time. Instead of taking that outside three, she'll drive and try to score.
Shelton. There they go as they get into their offensive motion. Wilson wide open for three. Can't get it to go. And Nifong pulls down the long rebound. That's Andrews being guarded by Bales. And another touch foul going to be called on the outside.
It's going to be on Bales, too. That's number 3.
She'll be replaced by Kylie Top. Boy, that was another tough call. Not a lot of contact. Knights up by 11 with 5:19 left here in the third quarter. We're at the Rock in Plymouth. Glad you can join us online this morning.
It's my third straight 10 a.m. game over the last 3 days.
That shot finally controlled by Top. She'll leave it for Wilson on the miss. Wilson in the corner. Rouse has been very effective on the baseline this morning. And Wilson is going to be fouled by Haley Reichard. Reichard not particularly happy with that call.
Third foul on Haley.
A couple of subs for Plymouth as Reichard takes a seat. Courtney Cook in there, as well as C.C. Robinson. Robinson a junior, Cook a senior. Oh, Rouse with the fake pass again. Can't get it to go, but Dunnick with a huge rebound. Back to Rouse on the baseline. And 3 seconds is going to be called on Logan Rouse.
Boy, that's quick. That's the second time that's been called, and it's been a pretty quick 3.
Taking a seat is Haley Reichard for Plymouth. Into the ball game, Claire Tanner. And Tanner, the sophomore, had a very good first half. Really got the Pilgrim offense going to get them back into the game in that first half. 4.5 minutes left here. Andrews launches another long 3, but the rebound controlled by Robinson. Then she taps it out. Open was Clady. Couldn't get the shot to go. Excuse me, that wasn't Clady. That was Cook. Filling lost the handle. She's back into the game. Nice pass ahead to Tanner. And couldn't get it to go. Coach Duncan wanted a foul called there. I didn't see any contact. Coach Thornton is going to use the game's second timeout, as he's only got an 8-player bench, but he's just using a 30-second. I thought that might be a full one, Derek, just to slow things down a bit for the Knights, but it is a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. Let you know that at Pizza Hut in Bluffton, you can get a large 2-topping pizza for only $7.99 or upgrade to a specialty pizza for only $3 more. Dine in or carry out at 632 North Main Street in Bluffton. Order online at pizzahut.com. Also, Grable Insurance wants to provide you the protection from unfortunate things that can and often do happen. Visit Grable Insurance at their office on Pony Express Run in Leo to get the best coverage you can afford. 3:57 left here in this third quarter. The Knights up by 11. Just kind of keeping it at that level. They led by 10 at the break. They've only put up 4 points here in this second half so far. Dunnick with the fake handoff gets it to the rim. No foul called. And not quite sure why there wasn't a foul called there.
It gave her way too much time. She even had a chance to take a dribble. That was almost a one-handed rebound. It's going to stay with Plymouth after Cassidy Holiday almost grabbed that thing with one hand after he boxed out by 2 different players.
That was Tanner on the miss in the corner. Plymouth with the basketball. Tanner gets it back. Thought about the 3. Gives it up to Cook. Now Andrews with the ball. Andrews has not shot a whole lot. And the shots she's taken have not been of the great selection variety. Another good rebound by Holiday. Holiday now with a couple offensive rebounds. That's Tanner for 3, no good. And Dunnick comes flying out of there with it. No foul called as Courtney Cook reaches in, and now double dribble is called on Claire Tanner. Tanner not happy with herself.
Well, there's only been 7 points between the two teams here in the second half, and we're almost 5 minutes in.
Dunnick underneath, can't get it to go.
Didn't get it up high enough. Oh.
Andrews on the rebound is going to be fouled, I believe, by Brielle Wilson.
Yeah.
And just a little sloppiness is set in here. The Knights, after shooting 56% in the first half, struggling a little bit to get the ball through the hoop. Maya Shelton checks back in for the Lady Knights, also in for Plymouth is Davidson.
She checked in for Allie Andrews.
Yeah. Knights now back in their 1-3-1 trap. Coach probably trying to create some offense out of this defense. Shelton knocking it into the backcourt, but Tanner there to recover it.
A la Quinn Shelton. Top of that 1-3-1.
That's right. There's a long three attempt from Cook that's no good. The basketball batted around underneath. It'll be Norwell's ball. Yeah, this has been a very unoffensive second half so far.
It's an understatement.
Just 7 points. Good pass into the corner to Filling, open for three. Good. Yeah, excellent find again from Logan Rouse.
Rouse now racking up the assists. She's got 4 of them, 3 in the second half, and they've all been beautiful.
Yeah, they really have. Just good looks. That was a 3 attempt from Davidson that was rebounded by Holiday. Holiday on the baseline. Norwell back in their man-to-man. Oh, what
nice
a play. Block. Logan Rouse blocked the shot and came up with a rebound. Up ahead now to Filling on the baseline. It'll be Norwell's basketball as it went off a Cook. Back into the Plymouth lineup is Haley Reichard as Tanner takes a seat. Duncan certainly substituting freely this morning.
Yeah, and they've all been at kind of interesting times. Sometimes you can predict when a sub's going to come in and out, and today, not so much.
Yeah, good look there from Dunnick. Dunnick will bat it out of bounds after the miss. Rouse really doing a good job of finding people open this morning. That was a good, strong pass. Just couldn't get it to go. Under 2 minutes left in this third quarter. Cook in the backcourt with Reichard. A little bit of pressure from the Knights. Plymouth has done a much better job of taking care of the basketball in this first half. As a jump ball is going to be called, or in this second half, excuse me, as a jump ball is called, it'll be Norwell's basketball. I don't know what the turnover count here is in the second half, Derek, but there have not been many.
5 between the two, 2 for Plymouth and 3 for Norwell.
Wilson looks underneath on the cutting Rouse. It's not there. Now the motion offense. Wilson for a long three, no good. But Shelton there for the rebound. She gets fouled.
Wow.
No call. Boy, she got hit a couple of times. That'll remain Norwell's ball. Wow.
Yeah, I really couldn't believe there wasn't a foul there. I mean, there's been some light touch fouls, and then there have been a lot of plays with a lot of contact and no fouls called. This is going to be another 30-second timeout used by Norwell with a 14-point lead.
And it's kind of backward from what you normally see. Normally, out on the floor, you got to hammer somebody to pick up a foul.
Right.
And shooting, you
touch will usually get.
Yeah, we'll get it. And it's been kind of the opposite here today. So, backwards day at the Rock in Plymouth. Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric has Courier and other name brand furnaces to warm your home like you deserve. With 24-hour emergency service, Bluffton Plumbing, Heating, and Electric can help. And they now offer duct cleaning. Minute 12 left in this third quarter. The Knights with a 14-point lead. Plymouth has scored just 3 points in this second half.
Knights not much better at 7.
Yeah, their offense has been pretty much non-existent.
Well, I think a lot fewer turnovers have really slowed the pace down here, and a lot of those points for both teams came in transition.
Shelton wide open for 3, knocked around. Good hustle by Kaylee Filling. Knights will reset their offense. Big offensive rebound there. Andrews back in for Plymouth. Dunnick inside. And that's going to be a turnover. As the pass was just a little wide of Kaylee Filling.
Haley Henson's going to check back in for the Knights. Hasn't seen a lot of time, but she's going to get the last 51 seconds of the quarter as Dunnick goes to the bench.
Haley's, she's got to be close to 5'10".
She's listed at 5'9".
Okay.
So
I noticed as she came out and slapped hands with Aubrey Dunnick, she's got an inch or two. Oh, my goodness. Foul's going to be called on Logan Rouse.
It's just her first and the 5th on the team, and that's kind of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's continuing where not a lot of contact on the guards, but taking it to the rim. Got to get clobbered today. That's a nice inbounds, but waited too long.
Well, and good defense by Hinchin. She did not slap at the ball, just kept her arms straight up, and she was big enough to disrupt the shot of Holiday. And the Knights throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, it's not been pretty. 19 turnovers now for the Lady Knights. Whew. That's a pretty high number, especially leading by 14 on the road.
Wilson was expecting Rouse to cut toward the corner. Instead, she back cut. The pass had already been out of Brielle's hands. 18 seconds here. Plymouth holding for one shot. That's Reichert up top. No movement now. With 10, Andrews goes in motion. She's being guarded by Filling. 4 seconds. Good defense by the Knights in the corner. Desperation shot off the backboard. That will end the third quarter. The Knights lead by 14 here at Plymouth. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
A new adventure awaits. Above the clouds, beneath the waves, among the rocks, powered by the light around us. Each moment of time is precious. Go higher, deeper, further. Pursue your dreams. Powered by light. Any light never needs a battery. Citizen ProMaster. Go beyond.
Daniel's Jewelers, North Main Street, Bluffton, where personal attention and trust become part of the memory.
Welcome back to the Rock here in Plymouth. It's Plymouth Shootout, Game 1. Norwell leading Plymouth 36-22 at the end of 3. That third quarter was just 7-3 in favor of Norwell, but when you have as many turnovers as you did, now the team's Norwell at 19, Plymouth at 17 for the contest. It's not going to result in a lot of scoring.
Andrews gets free and gets the layup to go. Nice move there by Allie Andrews. I think she's got, 5 now?
She's got 5. Oh my goodness. They got to figure something out.
Lauren Bales is going to check back in for Norwell, and Maya Shelton's going to take a seat. Coach Thornton not happy with that turnover. Yeah, it was just too tough a pass for Logan Rouse to be able to handle it. It was a bullet right at her feet. And Plymouth could get this Norwell lead back to under double digits with the three-pointer here. Instead, with a long 2, it's Reichert with the miss. Wilson will bring it up for the Knights. She'll take it right in. No foul called. Dunnick with the rebound. Now Filling with the floater in the lane. Good. Nice move by the freshman. That's a big basket for the Knights to be able to extend their lead now to 14. They were 7-point favorites coming into this one. Reichert on the drive. That's kind of a tough shot. Rouse with the rebound on the run. Good pass ahead to Filling from Bales. Filling with the basket. She'll have a chance at a three-point play. Boy, excellent ball movement there. Bales with the assist. The foul is called on Courtney Cook. That'll be her second. Team's third. Back into the lineup for the Pilgrims is Nifong, Kissel, and Tanner. Coach Duncan really kind of just searching for a combination here, and he hasn't been able to find it yet today. That second group did a pretty good job in the first half. Filling can't knock down the free throw. And Nifong comes out of there with it.
Nifong hasn't scored today. I recall that name from several years ago. I think she's had a number of relatives probably go through Plymouth at some point.
She is a senior, as Rouse with a good, strong play underneath, comes away with the basketball. The Knights can build on a 16-point lead.
Yeah, again, Norwell got away with some contact in the lane there, just not being called.
Now boy, oh boy. Yeah, Coach Thornton yelling at his girls to clean it up, and a traveling call on Logan Rouse turns it back over to the Pilgrims. Back into the game for Coach Duncan is Kelsey Owen. Owen, a junior, listed at 5'6". These Pilgrims, not a lot of range in there. They've got the 1 6-footer. She's a sophomore, hadn't played much at all. That's Elena Clady.
Moving screen. It's going to be a legal screen on Kenzie Kissel.
Yeah, Kissel just never got her feet set on that pick. That'll be her third foul, and the 4th on the Lady Pilgrims. Yeah, it's just been kind of a malaise here in the second half for both teams.
Yeah, neither team has played well. Norwell really had their best quarter in the second quarter. They kind of turned it on, created some turnovers, did a nice job, extended that lead to 17. It's 16 right now, but it certainly doesn't feel like that much. But if Norwell's able to hang on here, it's going to be a good win. Finally, a foul called in the lane, and it'll send Brielle Wilson to the line for a
good aggressive take there by Brielle. That's really the first time we've seen her do that today, turn that corner and get to the line as Kissel picks up her 4th foul. Kissel is a 5'10" senior, one of their bigger players. And the Knights now have a lid on the basket when it comes to free throws. Checking in for just the second time today, Sydney Weir. She's just a sophomore as well, listed at 5'4". Coach Duncan with many more options on his bench than what Coach Thornton has. Wilson able to knock down the second of 2. Norwell's lead now is as big as it's been. It's at 17, 41-24 with 5:47 left.
Norwell 6 of 12 now from the line.
Boy, and they hit their first 6, I believe. 4. No, hit their first 4. That's right. I'm sorry. That's Tanner from distance, and she buries another 3. The sophomore has done a great job today. She's been the main scoring threat for the Pilgrims.
She's got 11, and this Plymouth team hits just their 3rd 3 of the day, and that's where their offense lives. 3 of 15, just 20%. Knights nearly turn it over. Oh, and they're going to give a timeout to Norwell.
Well, Norwell gets a break there as they were on the verge of a turnover. It's a full timeout. We'll take it along with Coach Thornton and be right back.
Welcome to the new Heidi Automotive Group. We have a brand new state-of-the-art facility. Now you can shop for a new Chevrolet, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Jeep, or Chrysler at the same location right here in Bluffton, Indiana. We have a huge selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and crossovers. We focus on quality, and that is why we certify our pre-owned inventory so you get more warranty, free maintenance, and peace of mind. Don't worry about your credit. We have financing options for everyone. Heidi Automotive Group, a new look, but old-fashioned integrity.
You miss me? I miss all of y'all. Hey! All y'all girls standing together like that. I can't take
it. Yeah, welcome back to the Rock here in Plymouth. Plymouth shootout game number 1. Norwell leading 41-27 with 5:19 remaining. The Knights get a timeout call as Brielle Wilson was trapped in the corner. They've got 2 left for the game if this thing should get close. Coming up after this game, we won't have it for you, but Brebeuf will do battle with Wawasee, and then Norwell takes on Wawasee at 6 o'clock, followed by Plymouth and Brebeuf in the evening nightcap.
5:19 left on the clock, and Norwell have the basketball. It's Filling, Rouse, Wilson, Bales, and Dunnock on the floor for the Knights. Bales with the basketball. Boy, I tell you, their passes just, especially from the freshmen, lots of times they're just a little low.
Well, Norwell with 4 of their 8 players freshmen today, so that's going to happen. As Brielle Wilson turns it over, it makes it 22 for Norwell.
And Maya Shelton's going to check in for Brielle Wilson. Well, Brielle had the right idea, but she just didn't really give Aubrey a chance to receive that pass. How many turnovers now in the Lady Knights?
22.
Oof.
You forced 18, though, and that's what's been the difference.
And there's another
No,
one.
He's saying it's tipped back here. Okay, that's not going to be a turnover.
He seems pretty convicted of that.
Wow.
So,
not sure if that's worth anything.
Yeah, but, if you sell it.
That's true. Did sell me.
Yeah. He was a little closer to the play.
That's also true.
Bales guarding the ball. That's Tanner. Tanner's had a nice game. She launches another three. No good on this one. And the rebound batted around, controlled by Rouse. She will wisely wait for Bales.
No reason for Norwell to be in a hurry here. You've been so sloppy today. You just kind of want to escape with a win. That's the most important thing.
Overall, though, positive so far here for the Knights.
Oh, yeah. It's the second time now in the late third and the fourth quarter that Rouse has been called for a travel in a similar situation.
I don't know. I mean,
me too.
Tough call. As Kylie Top checks in, Logan takes a seat. Knights up by 14, trying to win this first game of the Plymouth Shootout in 2017.
Once again, it's been now a decade since the Knights have lost in this the last time.
He appeared to miss a traveling call there on Weir. The shot was missed by Reichert, and the Knights head the other way. Not a big crowd here today at all, as you would imagine. Shelton loses the basketball, and Weir heads the other way. She travels, and they're going to call a foul.
Wow.
I think on Kylie Top, I believe. We'll have to check it. It is. It'll send Weir to the line.
Her first, team sixth. Sydney Weir to the line for two.
Well, it's one of the things that a lot of the Knights' turnovers today have been just not being strong with the basketball. And it's tough when you're a freshman.
Yeah.
To have that kind of strength. Those last 3 years of high school are a huge time of development physically. As Weir knocks down one of two, it's a 13-point Norwell lead. Another one of those freshman Bales in the backcourt did a great job there of breaking the defense. Top gets it back out to Bales up top. The Pilgrims have picked up their defensive intensity. There's no doubt about that. Almost creating the turnover there was Weir, and a foul's going to be called now. Kylie Top was bumped over by the far sideline.
It's going to go on Nifong, I think.
Pilgrim foul, number 22, Jen Nifong. Her first.
That'll be the first on Nifong. Each team now with 16 fouls as Rouse and Wilson check back in for the Knights. Bales and Shelton take a seat.
Norwell's just got to find a way to get a shot up. They just haven't been able to do that at all here this morning, especially as of late.
Filling spins into the lane, gets stripped, and Plymouth will head the other way. Nice move by Claire Tanner, couldn't go. With the rebound, that was Weir, and a foul's going to be called on the second rebound. It'll be on Plymouth. I couldn't tell in the scrum. It'll go on Nifong.
That'll put Dunnick at the line for the 1-and-1. Knights have not been good in that situation today. Dunnick, though, 2 of 4. She could get herself a double-double with a couple free throws here. She's got 8 points and 10 boards to this point.
Yeah, she knocked down her first 2 free throws, missed her last 2, and gets this one to go. Boy, good shooter's roll there. I thought that was going to be well short.
Yeah. Crept over the rim.
She can make it a 15-point Norwell lead. 3:06 left on the clock. And that one right in.
Double-double for the junior.
Yeah, she's played well today. A lot of strong rebounds. Logan Rouse, while she's not scored, has been an assist machine.
That puts 3 players now in double figures. Shelton with 11. Filling has 12. And with the ball bouncing around, Coach Duncan's going to get a timeout.
That'll be a 30. We'll keep it here and let you know that Reed's Do It Best Hardware is more than just a hardware store. They have a gift shop, a paint department, a rental department, and yes, hardware. And I'm guessing they're selling some winter gear right now as well.
Yeah, probably Reed's selling it fast.
Do It Best Hardware. They're open 7 days a week to best serve you. Located on Highway 1 North in Bluffton. And the Star Wars theme on here. at the Rock. Have you seen that yet, Derek?
I have not seen the new one yet.
Great movie. Great. If you like that kind of thing at all, it is, in my opinion, it's the best Star Wars movie so far. But that's just my opinion. A lot of different twists and turns in this one. Some character development. And some surprises. 2:54 left. If you're not a Star Wars fan, read the paper. On the wing. That's Weir. Weir's gotten some significant minutes here in the second half. Just a sophomore. Nifong releases to her. It's kicked into the backcourt by Wilson. It'll remain Plymouth's basketball. I do like this gym.
Yeah, this is a really good place. I'm not sure. We'll do some research and get back with you this afternoon or this evening. Who hosts the sectional in this Plymouth sectional? But they've certainly got the gym to do it.
Well, they sure do. In the corner, that's Tanner. Knocked away by Dunnick. And there's the trap. Oh, for heaven's sake. I'll tell you, there's been some very odd fouls called here in this one. All the way through, really.
Yeah.
It's very inconsistent. A lot of contact underneath and a lot of touch fouls up top. The foul was called on Dunnick. That's just her second. But it sends Nifong to the line to shoot 1-and-1. Good job by Top there of knocking that rebound away. She will bring it up court and lose it for a second. Now filling into the front court. Good body control by Kaylee, and she loses the basketball. Tanner will head the other way, being defended by Top. Out of bounds. It'll remain Plymouth ball.
What a sloppy second half.
It really has been.
I mean, there have been 23 points combined in the second half.
Yeah. That was after 48 in the first half.
Yeah.
Into the lane, that's Reichert. She'll give it up. And another foul's going to be called. Boy, this game is really just slowed to a crawl. No flow with the turnovers and a lot of light fouls as Dunnick picks up her third foul.
Coach Thornton it's just, he's just asking. I mean, there's really not much he could say.
CeCe Robinson will shoot 1-and-1, I believe. Robinson, a junior for Plymouth, knocks down her first free throw. She can cut Norwell's lead to 13. If she can knock down this one. Dunnick and Rouse underneath for the Knights. And she does. That was a good-looking free throw. Checking in for Plymouth will be Courtney Cook. Courtney Cook has done a really good job on the boards for Plymouth. Listed at just 5'6". Didn't start as a senior. Defensive pressure here from the Pilgrims. Bales loses the basketball.
Travel.
And jump ball is going to be called.
Okay.
Quick jump ball.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It still goes back to the Knights, but it does go down as a turnover.
Yeah, I'd really like to see Brielle Wilson bringing that ball up the floor and just kind of using her strength to split the defense.
Yeah, I agree. Much more experience for Brielle.
The Knights trying to get the ball into the front court, and Coach Thornton's going to have to use a timeout. Yeah, you gotta go north and south. It'll be a full timeout with 1:47 left. The Knights up by 13. We'll take a quick break and be right back.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream, and you can chase any dream, and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome back to the Rock here at Plymouth. 1:47 on the clock, and Norwell leads the Lady Pilgrims 43-30. They'll have the basketball side out just into the backcourt. And as I take a peek outside, I can see the snow is blowing around. Lake effect band affecting us here. And Coach Thornton is going to burn his final timeout as Filling was stuck.
Yeah, Norwell struggling with the Plymouth defense right now. We'll take another break with full timeout and be back. The Knights up by 13.
At Pizza Hut, our original pan dough rises fresh every day, making it crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. And now you can get our original pan as part of the $6.99 any deal. That's 2 medium pizzas with any toppings, any crust, any specialty for just $6.99 each. Only at Pizza Hut.
Get the $6.99 any deal at your local Pizza Hut on North Main Street in Bluffton.
Welcome back once again to the Rock here in Plymouth. Norwell again leads 43-30, 1:41 to go. We just talked to you 6 seconds ago.
How about
6
that?
Seconds of game time, but now the Knights are out of timeouts. Plymouth still with 3. Dave Duncan's got 3 in the bag if he wants them. Lady Knights just trying to close this thing out and get out with a win and start preparing for their 6 p.m. battle. That should have been over the back, and it is over and back.
I'll tell you what, just not good passing from the Lady Knights here today.
Greg, the Lady Knights might get to 30 turnovers. Yeah. They've got 28. But the good news is they're still up 13.
Well, they've shot the ball well.
Yeah, their percentage is still at 45%. It's gone down from 56 in the first half, but 45% is not bad for a game.
And they've done a good job on the boards. Not too many extra opportunities for the Lady Pilgrims.
Sure.
Tanner with the crossover loses the basketball to be Norwell's ball. Good defense there by Lauren Bales.
That's 20 now for Plymouth.
Knights have just had quite a few more opportunities.
How long has it been since Norwell scored here?
You need to get the ball in. Yep. That's going to be another turnover on the Knights. .129 left. And the Knights just trying to cross the finish line, I think, at this point.
Yeah, and it'll be a limp on a leg if they can get there with a win.
Well, they played really well in the first half.
They did.
That's going to be another turnover on the Pilgrims.
We just go kind of back and forth with turnovers
here.
Yeah,
we talked about the fact Norwell hadn't played in 8 days. Plymouth has not played in 14 days.
That's a recipe for
a lot of turnovers.
They're going to turn it over again.
One.
Yep. That's 30.
Well, I'll tell you the other thing I don't like seeing right now from the Knights is make a mistake and look at the bench. I mean, you can't. Coach Thornton's going to take you out almost every time you do that.
Yeah.
But if you don't, if you just play through it, be confident, you're in the game. It's really interesting. I've watched that happen over the years. And, you just gotta play. You make a mistake, and the freshmen will learn that, though. It's not easy to play varsity basketball as a freshman. I don't care what level you're at. That's Weir taking it to the hole. Nice move. She's not gotten a lot of time today, but she cuts Norwell's lead to 11.
She's had a lot, though, in the fourth quarter. That's a foul.
Yeah, that's going to be on Nifong, and it'll send Kaylee Filling to the line. Now, the Knights have really struggled from the free throw line. They've missed at least 3. Front ends are 1 and 1.
They're 8 of 14 on the day.
The foul on Reichard on Nifong was her 3rd. So both teams now with 8.
Norwell right around their season average from the line, but they missed the front end again.
That's at least 6 points they've left.
They're going to get a timeout.
Coach Duncan will call a timeout.
Full timeout.
It'll be a full timeout. Getting to hear from our sponsors a lot in this one. 48.9 seconds left. We'll be right back.
The Bowling Center in Bluffton has adult-youth double leagues with 1 adult and 1 youth per team, or 2 youth may make a team starting soon. The leagues are 10 weeks long and everyone plays every frame. With 22 lanes, there is plenty of excitement to go around. So stop by to practice or come relax with friends. And don't forget about Friday Fun. From 12 noon to 6 p.m., only $1 per game and 50-cent shoe rental in a smoke-free environment. The Bowling Center is located at 1231 South Main Street in Bluffton. Visit bowlbluffton.com.
Rock here in Plymouth. We have been in and out of breaks here over the last couple of minutes. Coach Thornton burning all of his timeouts. Dave Duncan still got 2 left, so we could be hearing from even more sponsors before this one's done. We've got 48.9 to play, and it's still a 43-32 lead. The Knights have scored just 14 points in the second half. They had more points in the second quarter than they've had in the entire second half. And Plymouth has got to go quick here to try to get back into this one. It's going to have to probably come from outside, too.
There's a long three that's off by Reichard. Rouse with a strong rebound. Good job of looking up court. And Maya Shelton had filling wide open on the break. Good move by Wilson. Scores. And they're going to say the foul was on the floor.
Wow.
It'll go on Claire Tanner. That'll be her second.
Going to make Brielle earn it from the line. Yeah, it's been pretty fun today.
27 seconds left. Wilson trying to add to Norwell's lead.
Nope.
Can't, but Dunnett coming out of there with the offensive rebound. Boy, they have missed at least the front end of 4 1-and-1s here today.
Yeah, I don't think they've converted on a 1-and-1. They're now in the double bonus. Filling goes to the line where she has been 0 for 3 today.
Yeah, the Knights, and if I recall correctly, they hit their first 4 free throws. Filling's free throw here, that one's good.
I guess it's just about the 1 and bonus.
Must be.
Because they've done a nice job in other situations.
Filling good on both free throws, extends Norwell's lead to 13.
She looked calm and comfortable, too.
She did. Nice rhythm on those shots.
Yeah.
Claire Tanner's played really well off the bench today for the Lady Pilgrims. There's a long three in and out by
Nice
Cook.
board by Tanner.
Rebound bucket, Claire Tanner.
45-34 Norwell, just 7 seconds left. They don't even have to get it into the front court. A foul is called. I think that's going to go on Weir. Nope, it'll go on Nifong, and that's her 4th. Brielle Wilson will go to the line, looking to add to her point total as with Norwell up by 11 and 4 seconds left. The result is in the bag. And now, Lady Knights, once the pressure of the 1-and-1 situation is off, they're able to knock down free throws. As we mentioned, Harrell predicted a 7-point margin of victory in this game. The Knights up by 13 with just 4 seconds on the clock. Into the front court is Nifong. She'll launch a runner at the buzzer. It's no good, and the Lady Knights add to their win total. They're winning the first game of the Plymouth tournament here at the Rock today, 47-34 over the Plymouth Lady Pilgrims. The Knights doing it with just 8 players today. They will get a long rest and play again at 6 o'clock against Wawasee, correct? So we will take a quick break, hear from a couple sponsors, and be right back with some stats and a post-game show after these words.
Are you looking for a job or know of someone who is? Peyton's Northern, a Kroger company, is now hiring. At Peyton's, you'll get a job with career advancement opportunities, employee discounts, tuition reimbursement, and educational assistance. A successful applicant will need to be 18 years of age, have the ability to work weekends, holidays, and overtime, can operate motorized equipment, complete strength and endurance testing, pass a pre-employment and background screens, work 10-hour shifts, and lift 55 pounds. At Peyton's, we offer matching 401k retirement savings, paid incentive days, personal and vacation days, and you'll receive Kroger benefits after 60 days. All qualified Qualified applicants are encouraged to apply for this opportunity online at jobs.kroger.com. Click on Logistics and Distribution Jobs and search for Bluffton. For questions, call Peyton Staffing Center at 260-827-2108 or 2109. That's jobs.kroger.com. 260-827-2108. Peyton's Northern, now hiring.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Rock here in Plymouth. Game 1 of the Plymouth Shootout has been decided, and it was a 47-34 Norwell victory. Go ahead and go through the final statistics. We'll start with Norwell. As a team, they shot at 15 of 33 from the field for 45% and 5 of 11 from the three-point line for 45% as well. So that's a pretty good shooting day all in all. Just not enough attempts. From the free throw line, they were 12 of 20 for 60%, which is actually a notch above their season average, which is in the high 50s. The big story, though, 33 rebounds, which was key in keeping Plymouth off the offensive boards. Didn't get a lot of second looks because when Plymouth did get their only couple of second chances, they scored on them. Mm-hmm. So they did a nice job of that. The bigs inside did. They out-rebounded Plymouth today 33-23. So that's a double-digit rebound margin, and typically the team with that is going to win the game. 30 turnovers, they just looked so sloppy at times today. They also looked really good at times when they were forcing the turnovers and getting buckets in transition and I think that going forward for Norwell is big in the fact that Norwell can get out and run. When they force a live ball turnover, it's hard to stop them because they work really well with each other. Dunnick, Wilson, Filling in transition, Shelton, they all work well with each other, so they're able to score more often than not in transition. Individually today, it was Brielle Wilson with 5 points, 3 assists, 2 boards on 1 of 6 shooting, 3 of 5 from the line. Aubrey Dunnick, a double-double, 10 points, 11 boards, 3 of 8 shooting, 4 of 6 from the line. Kylie Topp didn't play a lot, but she did chip in a rebound. Also, for the Knights, it was Maya Shelton who had all 11 of her points in the first half, 3 boards to go along with it, 4 of 6. She was perfect from the field at the break as well, and 1 for 2 from the line. Kaylee Filling, 14 points for the freshman, 4 boards, 5 of 7 shooting, 2 of 5 from the line. Lauren Bales, 5 points and a rebound, 1 of 2 shooting, 2 of 2 from the line. And Logan Rouse, just 2 points today, but 10 rebounds and 4 assists on 1 of 4 shooting from the field. For Plymouth, as a team, they shot just 12 of 52. They had almost 20 more field goal attempts than Norwell. Just 23%, though, from the field. 3 of 19 from the three-point line. That's 16%. That's where they do their damage. That's why they didn't win today. And 7 of 10 from the line for 70%. We mentioned 23 rebounds. They turned it over 21 times as well. Claire Tanner, 13 points and a rebound, 4 of 12 shooting, 2 of 6 from the three-point line, 3 of 3 from the line. Cassidy Holiday, 4 points, 8 rebounds on 2 of 5 shooting. Courtney Cook, 2 points, 2 rebounds on 1 of 4 shooting. It was Haley Reichard with 2 points, 2 boards, and an assist, but just 1 of 9 from the field. Jenna Nifong had 3 rebounds in there, but racked up the fouls, 0 for 4 from the field. I have a feeling that she normally plays a bigger role than she did today. Just didn't play a lot. Coach Duncan did not like what he saw from her, so she sat on the bench a lot today. Allie Andrews, 5 points, 2 boards, 2 of 8 shooting, 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Kenzie Kissel had a rebound in there and missed a shot as well. Kristen Davidson, 3 points on 1 of 4 shooting. Cece Robinson with 2 points and 2 boards on 0 of 3 shooting, and both of those points from the line. And Sydney Weir with 3 points, 2 boards on 1 of 2 shooting, and 1 of 2 from the line. That wraps it up. Norwell wins 47-34. They won every quarter but the fourth quarter. Plymouth outscored Norwell 12-11 in the final quarter, 13-6 in the first, 16-13 in the second, and just 7-3 in the third quarter. But it results in Norwell's 9th victory of the season. That's now back-to-back wins in true road games. I mean, this one is shootout situation, but still a true road game going to Plymouth at 10 a.m. That's not easy to do.
No.
It's expected that you're going to play a little bit sloppy, even more than I thought they probably should have, but they were able to come away with the win. That's important.
Good win. Derek, we need to name a player of the game for the Knights.
You know, there's a number of players that come to mind. Maya Shelton off of the freshman, kind of stepping into a big role today. Another freshman, Kaylee Filling, in there as well. Aubrey Dunnick had a great game. She played under control. I'm going to let you make the call because I think there's 3 of them right there that all could really, you could make a good argument for.
Yeah, there was a lot of great contributions across the board, but I'll tell you, kind of tipping it in my favor, in her favor today for me was Kaylee Filling. I thought she did a great job on the defensive side of the ball. She took Andrews to start, and it looks like Coach Thornton's going to join us here real quick. Coach Thornton coming up from the, and he does have his bag today. Coach, good to see you with your back bag today after the holidays.
Yes. Yeah, we made it.
We had a little adventure with that the other night after the big win at Warsaw.
Yeah, I've got it with me. Just make sure I take it when I leave here.
I'll keep an eye.
But thanks for helping me out.
Yeah, no problem. We just talked about a couple of big games from a couple of freshmen today, and I'll tell you one performance that really stood out to me as well was Logan Rouse. Didn't score a lot of points, but boy, what a floor game she played for today. Great vision with her passing, great defense, and really, we had her for 10 rebounds, I believe.
Yeah, she did some other things in the game. Logan missed practice a couple days ago, had the 24-hour, throwing up stuff.
Yeah,
and
a lot of that going around.
Yeah, and went a little bit for us yesterday, and scoring wasn't part of her game today for some reason, but we really needed her to do some of those other things, and that's being a competitor.
Yep.
Finding a way to be tough in some way, and it's good leadership from her. And
yeah, I thought so too.
She did. She didn't have a lot of great opportunities, but she set some other kids up well and played well on the other end of the floor. So got to have that from her. Got to have it from Brielle. In a very sloppy game today. Just that's the way it was for whatever reason. Way too many turnovers for us. And that was disappointing, but at the same time, as we talked about in the locker room, if you're missing Breanne Barger and your leading scorer scores 2 points, probably not betting on Norwell to win that game. So our kids did a lot of things well, and proud of them for taking those opportunities and making something good out of it.
Right. I mean, 8 days off, it's always going to have an effect this time of year. Early morning game has something to do with it too. But really, I think this kind of thing, and I know it's part of the reason you do it, is a great precursor for the regional games.
It is. That's what we talked about going into it. We reminded them of that before the game and after the game, that when you're playing in 2 games in a day, that's the toughest part of the state tournament. In preparing for multiple teams and getting yourself going and coming out strong. Our big emphasis today was regional format, obviously. Find a way to win that first game. Doesn't matter how. It's a win. Find a way, which our kids did here. And the second thing is getting off to a better start. Our team has not typically started well in the first quarter. And that was a big emphasis of being the team with the most energy. Having fun on this trip, but also getting better coming out of the gates. And our start to the game was huge. And this team can do that. We need to do more of that against good teams like Plymouth and moving forward. That's got to become something that we continue to focus on.
Yeah, I thought our energy level certainly was greater than Plymouth's in that first half, especially. Second quarter, just kind of dominated that second quarter with a very balanced effort from all the girls.
Yeah, we're led by 2 freshmen.
Yeah.
With Lauren chipping in too, and Lauren hit a big 3 when they were making a run on us. Those kids they're coming along.
Yep.
And you ride the ups and downs a little bit with it, but so many positives from those girls,
right.
and which can only help us, moving forward.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I was really encouraged by coming off the huge win at Warsaw, just coming out and playing a good, solid basketball game, and as you mentioned, finding a way.
Yeah, and against NLC teams like Plymouth, Warsaw, Northwood, these are the types of games they're going to be. Wawasee will be very much the same tonight. You have to grind it out. It's going to be physical. Your kids have to play through stuff. And if you look at the scores across the board with Plymouth, they're not – they average 40 points a game.
Right.
And their scores are typically low. We can't make the turnovers we had, but at the same time understand that there's a toughness there that we get out of playing NLC teams. Is good for our team.
Yep, I agree. So, Coach, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for getting here.
Go get some – yes. I think it might be getting a little iffy out there.
I think so. We're lucky to get it in. So,
yeah.
But thanks for coming here. I know you
guys
– you guys have been swamped here over the holidays, but thanks for
Derek has.
Thanks for making the trip.
I just was celebrating Christmas all day yesterday, so it's not a problem.
That's okay. But thanks for being here, everybody.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks. So we always appreciate Coach Thornton joining us here in the post game. Also, special thanks to Jacob Collins, running the camera for us today, and of course, as we mentioned, your player of the game, Kaylee Filling. And Derek, I'll let you take it home.
Okay, well, we will be back online with you about 10 till 6 as the Lady Knights take on the Wawasee Lady Warriors. Then Norwell's going to be a favorite in that game as well. We'll talk about it when we see you again about 5:45. Until then, on behalf of Greg Van Meter and Jacob Collins and the entire Wells County Voice crew, this is Derek Decker saying so long and God bless.